I got to talk to you about something that's been on my mind. It's about Toast POS. It is built for restaurants, designed specifically for food service industry. Toast understands all the needs of operators, from fine dining to fast casual. It really does. It's an all-in platform. From front-of-house ordering to back-of-house reporting, Toast streamlines operations, saving time and increasing efficiency. There's tableside and mobile ordering. Servers can take orders and process payments right at table, speeding up service, improving guest experience. And with the way labor is right now, I mean, I got to tell you, thank goodness for that, you know? If you're looking for a point-of-sale system, I highly urge you to check out Toast before you go and look anywhere else. That's toasttab.com. We love it. It is a fantastic solution. We got an incredible guest with us today here. It's Frank Paci. Frank Paci, CEO of Newk. I got to tell you, we are really lucky. We've had royalty here all day today, Jimmy, but now we were really fortunate to get Frank in the studio. He's been waiting so patiently, like 2 hours over there, Jimmy. So let's just talk about how do you become the CEO of Newk? Jimmy, what do you think? Should we go into it?
You know what? I got to tell you, to accomplish what Frank has accomplished, I think he's got to be a Yaley. I'm going with a Yaley.
You think he went to Yale?
I think he went to Yale.
And what do you think a guy like that studies over Yale?
Oh, I think he studies economics.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Economics. Then he goes to the University of Pittsburgh, and he goes to the Katz Graduate School of Business, where he gets his MBA. Jimmy.
Yep.
You got an MBA too, right, Jimmy?
I did from Columbia.
Yeah,
There you go.
1984.
Wow.
Okay, but you know what? Here's where things get different.
Yes.
From you and Frank. Okay, he played varsity football in college, Jimmy.
I played varsity in 8th grade.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Right?
I was small but slow when I played.
That's
so.
okay. You know, you're on the team. Jimmy didn't make the team. There's a whole story. We'll get into it. I can't get into it now because we got too much to do. You're over at GNC, your controller, and you deal with GNC, and you're like, is this really, do I like GNC? Do I like what they're doing? I don't know what GNC stands for. It's like General Nutrition Center, right?
That's right, absolutely.
And you're like, is this, I mean, in 1989, do I really care about nutrition? Nobody cared about nutrition back then, you know? And he goes to Burger King. You know why? Because that was about nutrition.
I love Burger King.
Exactly. And that's where nutrition really was, because you had a Whopper and it was delicious and you knew it. And then you went to the Pizza Hut, and then you're like, I love Blockbuster. I like what they're doing over there. And they said that they were going to be, I remember Netflix wanted to buy Blockbuster. You said, do it. They said, and they said, no, it's never going to be. And they should have listened to you. Am I right?
Absolutely.
You go to a couple other places over there. I mean, you went to McAllister's. You're at Einstein restaurants, with the bagels and this and that, Einstein Noah. And then all of a sudden, you become the CEO of Newk, right? In 2011, you're there now. No, not in 2021.
Yep, absolutely.
You're there like four and a half years, and now you are rocking it out, right?
That's
and
right.
And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Frank Paci coming into the studio. Frank, welcome to the show. You've been here for a half hour. Did we get anything right? Jimmy's got some questions for you. Let's have some fun.
Everything's right so far. So,
Jimmy, we're killing it. We never get that. I'm
love
100% accuracy right now.
I want to dive right in because
Let's dive right in.
Longtime listeners of the podcast know that I think, and I so love that we're one of the few businesses where your manufacturing and production facility and your sales and retail facility are all in one place. And with open kitchens now, it's also in full view of our customer, which we call our guest. And I think that's just so unique and such a high touch experience. Newk embraces this idea with its exhibition kitchen concept. And I think you guys have this open kitchen, and I think you guys feel how it changes the guest experience and relationship. So can you talk a little bit about your exhibition kitchen concept? And really, at a time where so many fast casual brands are leaning into digital convenience, how important is this visual connection that Newk really has created and somewhat mastered?
well, I mean, that's
a great question. Am I right, Frank?
That's a great question.
Great question, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's part of the original concept. When Chris Newcomb founded the concept, he believed strongly in having the exhibition kitchen. If you come into our stores, what's visible from the kitchen is really the whole salad line. So you can see all the fresh ingredients that we're using. It really gives you those freshness cues coming in. And, obviously you can see everything we're doing. So, I think it also then it's incumbent on us to, operate the stores well and deliver on that product. So, in today's world, prior to COVID, over 60% of our business was in restaurant.
In the restaurant, sure.
Right. Post now, we're more like 45% is in restaurant, but I think it's still a key ingredient because I always like to think about the guest using different occasions, right? It's interesting, hear all this market research. Well, what's your average guest? Well, guess what? My average guest on a Wednesday afternoon is a guy who works in a business and comes in for a quick bite to eat. But on a Saturday morning, he's taking his kids to soccer practice.
Oh,
right?
I gotcha. Jinx.
And then on Sunday, they're coming after church. And so, it's interesting. The same guest has different occasion needs and occasion states.
Sure.
And at dinner time, if he wants to get a delivery, he can get a delivery, right? So to me, part of it is meeting that guest halfway, however they want to do it.
However they want it, man.
That's
Optionality.
That optionality, absolutely correct. So
big fan of optionality. I got to tell you, I love it. Let's dig into Newk's a little bit more. First of all, Chris Newcomb was the founder, right?
that's correct.
And so, I mean, obviously that's where the name comes from, right?
Right. Well, the Newcomb family actually started McAllister's Deli originally.
And
then
is this
sold-
breaking news?
No. That's old times.
It's breaking to us.
Yeah, this is we didn't even know that.
Really? So
we're putting this on right now.
all right.
Jimmy, this is just coming through on the wires. Chris Newcomb, the founder of Newk's.
His father and Chris was involved in the original McAllister's.
The original McAllister's Deli
and then
was founded not by Bob McAllister.
No,
but
by
Newcombs.
Don Newcomb.
Don Newcomb.
and,
Now, why did
Deborah
he not
Bryson.
use his name there?
I think what's interesting is I think the story is the McAllister's is like his wife's maiden name or something like that. So
Love that.
Yeah. So
He probably got into a big fight with his wife,
no,
right?
I don't.
And
think
then he's like, and she's so angry. So, honey, I'm naming my new restaurant after you.
There you
She's
go.
like, okay, I'm not mad anymore. I mean, right?
So they founded that. Then they sold that after they'd operated for years. And then once their non-compete came, Chris, had grown up in the McAllister's business and then founded Newk's. And he used to always tell the story that, which is funny because when I first met Chris, I was actually CEO of McAllister's, right? So there's a
lot of history
there's
there.
a long history there.
That's right. I had the McAllisters there in that bio of you, right?
Yeah. So
I didn't put two and two together. Jimmy, I was hoping you would do that.
So anyhow, and Chris used to always say that he fixed all the things they didn't like about McAllister's when he opened Newk's, is what he used to say all the time. So, but I used to compete against Chris when he was.
So you were at McAllister's. Newk's was already open.
Newk's was already open. Absolutely correct. So I knew them.
A little
from
healthy
them.
competition there.
And then obviously I had a couple different places, and then after Corner Bakery was sold, I was available, and one of the board members at Newk's knew of me and said, "Hey, you got to hire Frank." And so that's how I ended up there. And Chris, like I said, Chris already knew me from competing against me. So
And was he angry that you were coming on
No,
board?
no,
He's like,
no,
I don't want this
he was
guy
happy.
there. He was
happy. In fact, he's
stealing
still
all my ideas.
he's still involved in the business. And so
all right, so
Chris,
there's no beef between you
no,
and the Newcombs.
Chris and I have a great relationship.
All right,
so.
good. Just I want to make sure. Let's talk a little bit about. I had to add that in there. What's your approach to the dining experience? What it makes Newk's different than the other options in the space? Why Newk's over the others?
I think one of the things that we do is, we really focus on premium proteins.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a salmon Caesar salad, which is a 6-ounce salmon fillet, which you don't typically find in. You won't find in McAllister's. You won't find in there, right?
Definitely not. Yeah.
And we have shrimp. We have shrimp po' boy. We have shrimp salads.
Wow.
So a lot of that, and if you look at the turkey we're selling, it's top premium class turkey on that.
Right.
We're getting ready to relaunch a steak product this summer. So that's really
those are some premium proteins.
Yeah.
Salmon and shrimp, right?
Yeah, and so as a result,
Jimmy's getting hungry.
Well, the other thing that we do is, a lot of folks in this business will do, half salad and a cup of soup and whatever, or half sandwich and a cup of soup.
Yep.
What we do is we actually have large pairings as well. So you can get a full sandwich and a cup of soup for a discount. So 30% of our sales comes from our pairings. And it's basically, it's a buy more, save more kind of thing.
Right, sure,
If you think about it. So you can buy a full pizza and a Caesar salad. You can buy a full salad and a cup of soup. You can buy a full sandwich and a cup of soup. So
Right.
a lot of different options for people to access the brand.
I love it. I love it, man. I'm getting hungry just thinking of this, man.
That's the goal.
I really am getting hungry. Like, we may have to stop and eat something right now.
Frank, you've always been a big believer in hospitality that goes beyond the plate. What is your take on the full sensory experience at Newk's and what guests see and hear and feel when they walk in? And how has this approach to atmosphere and what I'll say is entertainment changed through your career?
Yeah, I think, obviously there's key components of the business. By having the open kitchen, where immediately when you walk in, you get a different impression, right? And our pathway is you come in, the menu board isn't behind the counters. It's actually on the side because the assumption is the guest wants to see the menu before they get to the counter.
That
right?
makes a lot of sense.
And then once you order at the counter, we have self-serve drinks, so you can get drinks. We have free breadsticks that we have in stores. So that way you've got something to do while you're waiting for your food to be delivered to the table, right? So the reality is once you order the food and pick up your drink, it turns into almost a casual dining experience that we're delivering the food to the table, which some people don't do.
Yeah.
So there's those kind of aspects to try to make it,
more of a casual dining experience than a fast casual.
It's interesting. One of the measures that I've always looked at is value for the money. People talk about value.
Yeah.
But when you talk about value, a lot of times we're talking about dollar menus or whatever. To me, it's about what did I pay and what did I get? What was the experience like when we got that? So,
I think at the end of every meal, I don't like to say expensive or cheap. I think it's always about the value.
Yep.
And it's just, does someone feel when that meal is done, as you just stated, are you getting value for that experience?
Well, I love for us, right? If you're getting a full sandwich pairing, even if you don't, or you get a full pizza, if you don't eat the full pizza and you take it home, you get 2 meals out of it, right? And so to me, you get into this conversation about, well, what happens if they're sharing or whatever? I don't care if they're sharing, if they come in more, right? If they felt like they got a good deal, that's great. So
let's talk about the underdog. We at Branded, we're huge supporters and fans of let's say the up and comers. And as someone who's led a lot of fast casual concepts in the competitive market, can you share maybe a story about how one of your brands managed to stand out and win in a very competitive environment, and somewhat against bigger and more established, competitors? The odds are against you, but you came out on top. Anything you can share about that?
Yeah, it's funny because I'm a big believer in the law of unintended consequences, right? Sometimes I wish I was as smart as some of the things that we do. When I was at McAllister's, we created, and I've done this at all the concepts since, but we created this, what we called the Ops Culinary Committee, right? Because a lot of time what happens is the chef makes something great in the kitchen. When it gets into the store, you can't replicate it, right?
Right. Yep.
And we had products that were, for example, one of our sandwiches was, we typically put 4 ounces of protein on a sandwich. One of our sandwiches called the Memphian, and it had ham, turkey, and roast beef. And so what we were doing is putting 1 1/3 and 1 1/3 and 1 1/3, right?
Sure.
So instead of doing our normal 2-ounce bombs of things, we were doing something totally separate for that. And there were a couple other sandwiches that were like that, and we said, well, just put more protein on it. Make it easier for the operations guy. Put more protein on it. And once we ended up with this, we ended up with a whole line of menu, which we called the Big Bold Sandwich line. And that was not what we started out to do. That was not the original, but it was when we made the operators' lives easier.
It streamlined the operations.
It streamlined the operation.
And created a dish that became even more attractive.
It became even more attractive, right? And
the big boy.
Because we had, at that point in time, the Big Nasty was a half pound of roast beef. And we had all these big sandwiches there that actually, when you looked at it, increased the amount of frequency that we got from men diners, right? So, and that's, in these brands, we're always competing against Panera, who's the big dog, right?
There you go.
So being able to try to take some market share from them and continue to grow the brand is always a challenge. So.
I just want to add, because one of our corporate partners and who helped us hold this experience at RLC are our good friends and partners at DIRECTV. And again, they are so important to restaurants, not just for TV, for music, keeping the entertainment going.
Right.
And I really do feel they stick up for it, and they're a big believer in the underdog. So it's really fun to work with DirecTV, and it's really fun to see how they're supporting so many brands in the way that they can.
Yeah, and I mean, I think music is an important part
Big
of
part
the
of the
whole
atmosphere.
Absolutely right. If you go into a restaurant and there's no music, it's totally different
It's
than
very weird. It's very weird to go in like
if you're used
no
to it,
music
it's a little
and the
odd.
lights are like really bright, depending on the venue.
Right.
It just, I mean, like we went last night to Jimmy, and we went into that Ocean Prime, and I mean the lights were dim, they had candles, the music was just the way you'd like it, a little, you know, you felt a little sexy, you know. You have to have that, you know. It's so important, and you're right, Jimmy. The DirecTV for Biz, I mean, that's what they're doing. They're driving atmosphere. They're letting, you know what they're doing? They're letting the operator take care of the food and the service, but they're helping out with on the tech side with making sure the atmosphere is there. Listen, we got to take a real quick break. All right, don't go back. We're going to be back with Name That Tune and Quickfire from the DirecTV edition of Quickfire, Jimmy. So stay tuned. Frank, can you stay with for another couple minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Frank, we'll be right back. I got to tell you, we are back with Frank Paci right here. We are here and Newks, and we're going to do a little Name That Tune. Name That Tune. I'm going to play a few seconds of an iconic song, and I want, Frank, you're going to tell me what the name of the song is, okay?
All right.
This is the first time we're doing that live here. This has never been done before, ever in the history of this podcast. It may have been done.
It's something older.
Yeah, it may have been done. It may have been done.
Don't give me anything.
I don't know if I have this song here, Julie. I don't think you gave me this one. I think you gave me a lot of songs, but you didn't give me this one. So I'm going to have to just pick another song, and we're just going to do this one because I don't even know what the heck is going on here. All right, we're playing this song. All right, here it is. Can you hear it?
Not yet.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, me neither. Oh, you know why? Because I'm on preview. Here it is. Now it's going to play. Can you hear it?
Oh, yeah. Sweet Home Alabama.
Boom. He named that like
I mean,
four notes.
that was like literally like I can name that in one.
Absolutely.
One.
Well, when your Newk's Q's got white Alabama barbecue sauce on it, you got to know this.
There you go.
Stuff, right? So,
I mean, I got to tell you, Frank, the first time we did it, you crushed it. That could be a hangout record, Jimmy.
There you go.
We just
Well, right now, since it's the first time we've ever done it,
Frank got
he
it
has the
on
high water mark.
He got it on the first beat. Bing. You got it. Try that one more time.
All right.
I just want to see how fast you got that. Okay, wait. We're gonna go back. Wait, we gotta go back. Ready? Here we go. He said, boom.
Yeah.
It was.
yeah. You know that. You know the intro.
I know, but it was. I gotta tell you, and that, you know what that just shows you right there? It's how important music is to the atmosphere of the restaurant. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because Frank's walking in and he hears a little, you know, Sweet Home Alabama, and he's like, give me everything on the menu. Give me everything. I want your best tequila, I want your best wine.
We have a lot of great restaurants in Alabama.
Yeah, I want everything you got. He is just spending more money because he's happy. All right, Jimmy, we're gonna go. That was the Name That Tune. Now we're going to Game Day Draft. All right,
Game Day.
You ready?
Yeah, okay.
Jimmy's been killing it on Game Day Draft.
All
I'm
right.
still trying to figure out how to play this, but I think I got better at it. So I'm gonna try. Jimmy taught me the last time I did this. All right, Game Day Draft. I'm gonna name something. You're gonna tell me what restaurant you would get this from for the best meal possible for, you know, it's like everyone's coming over or whatever. It's like Final Four, the Super Bowl, whatever, the World Series, whatever it's going to be, all right?
All right.
Where are you getting
Bama playing Tennessee. People are coming over to Frank's house. He's got the Bama game on.
Yeah.
And here we go.
And I'm going to put
Ole Miss. We got the Ole Miss
game. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Ole Miss.
Yeah, first the Newks was in Oxford.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And I want to put a little music on while we're playing this, all right? Can I put a little music on while we're playing this? We won't play. We're just going to play some music just because. I think
Just because you can.
I thought I could.
See, by the shots, he bought the sound bar, so the more he uses it,
the worse I get at
in his
it.
mind, the cheaper it is.
He gets to amortize it.
Exactly.
I don't know what the hell.
amortize the usage over the life of the sound bar.
All right.
I don't know how to do this. I broke it. All right, we can't. I don't know how to do it. I had it. Maybe the only song I can play is Sweet Home Alabama.
There you go.
Yeah, well, it's not working. I don't know what to do. Maybe I got. All right, well, we can't play that anymore. All right. Well, anyway, I broke that. All right, let's go. Here we go.
All right.
Chicken wings. Where are you getting chicken wings from?
Oh, I'm old style. I'd get Hooters, man. I used to love the Hooters wings.
Nice.
Jimbo, where are you getting your wings from?
Wingstop.
All right, burger. Where are you getting your burger from, Frank?
Portillo's.
Ooh, Portillo's burger.
I love the Portillo's burger. There's one near my house, and that's a.
I got to say, I had the hot dogs. Where was I don't know where that was. There was a Portillo's.
We were at
truck.
Orlando.
Oh,
we
in
were for the
Orlando.
ICR conference.
Yeah,
Portillo's.
I live in Orlando.
There you go.
Absolutely fantastic. All right, chicken sandwich. Where are you getting a chicken sandwich from?
I'm gonna go real old school. So back when I worked for Burger King, remember the long Italian chicken sandwich?
At Burger King?
Yes.
At Burger King.
Yes, I do, man.
So
That
what
was
we used to
great.
do though is we used to get it made like a Whopper. You'd order that chicken sandwich and get it made like a Whopper. So that's you got to.
I love that. I love that. Old school.
You got to customize that. So.
Yeah, French fries. Who's the best fries?
So fries, you have to go into categories in my mind. So you got to go waffle fries,
Right.
for Chick-fil-A,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Then you got to go crinkle fries for Culver's, I think.
Yeah, Culver's, right?
And then you got to go like more shoestring fries. You go to McDonald's.
You got to go.
So it's
I would agree. You got to go McDonald's.
So
But I
Yeah.
respect that we had to delineate and set categories.
Jimmy, what do you think of those picks?
I thought those were outstanding, and I wasn't sure if Frank was going to go with McDonald's, which was my choice, given his love and his history with Burger King. But he called it like he sees it.
The Whopper beat the Big Mac.
Yeah.
But
McDonald's
the
fries.
always wins.
I love it. All right, listen. And let's go into the Brandon Quickfire. Are you ready? A little Quickfire action.
All right. Yes.
All right, let's tee up some music here for the
Quickfire.
Brandon Quickfire.
Quickfire.
This is scary. This is scary.
Yes.
All right, you're on a deserted island. You got Wi-Fi. That's all you got.
Okay.
What's the one show you're going to stream for? And you're going to be there for like 6 years. So, what are
One
you
show,
going to stream? What are you
6
going to
years.
be?
ER.
Oh, nice.
ER, interesting.
There's 331
Yeah, no, there's
episodes.
a lot of good ER. Yeah.
If you're gonna do one show.
Why not? I like it.
now,
You'll
if
have a
you-
lot of variety. So
If
many
you're,
seasons.
if you're gonna do repeats, you go with the original Star Trek. 'Cause there's 80 episodes.
The original Star Trek. Yeah, the old. Oh, it's old school.
Captain Kirk.
Okay,
right?
old school. What's the last thing you Googled, Frank?
How did Times Square get its name? And it's because the New York Times relocated their headquarters there in 1904.
Jimmy, did you know that?
I did.
You did?
I did.
You knew that Times Square was because of the New York Times.
I knew it was named after the New York Times. Yes. Yes.
Jimmy still gets the Times delivered to the house.
I still get it delivered to the house.
And he doesn't read it, and he brings it in his bag to the office every day.
I read it online.
And there's a
I
stack.
read it online, but I
of
have a
New York
stack of
Times.
newspapers.
He has a barber chair in his barber chair.
But you gotta read the magazine and some
Yep.
of the other stuff.
And
You
so I
can't do
said
that
to him,
online.
yeah, he just keeps bringing it in. He doesn't read it, he just keeps bringing them in. And there's a big pile. Next, I got yeah. Anyway. All right. How do you do your bagel? How do you do a bagel?
Well,
What's your bagel?
because I worked at Einstein's, I have to go to the Einstein's Santa Fe with jalapeno cream cheese.
Jalapeno cream
Yeah, which is great. So, but if I'm just anywhere else, I'm just going with an everything bagel with cream cheese. So there you go.
Yeah, see, everything bagel with cream cheese is the way to go. I got it. That's toast. What's your all-time favorite sauce or condiment?
Oh, I grew up outside Pittsburgh in Dry Tavern, Pennsylvania. There you go, great trivia. And Pittsburgh's a Heinz ketchup, so you got to go Heinz ketchup.
Oh yeah, Heinz ketchup. I love it.
Goes great with all those fries.
Yes,
It
it
sure
does.
does. No, we just had some. Who did we have on, Jimmy? They said they've never had ketchup on a
Yes.
French fry.
Never had ketchup on a
Really?
French fry.
It must
It's a
be
little weird.
must have been Canadian. They have the gravy with the fries, right? So-
He was doing the whole I use mayo, but still, you had to have at least tried. Aren't you curious? I mean, everyone's sitting there dipping bread.
Absolutely.
You're like, anyway. If you were to challenge Jimmy right to a game of arcade pinball, you know, the old like Williams, Bally's, whatever.
Well, yeah, it would have to be which game, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Which
There was this game we used to play called Ship Ahoy, like I remember. So
Well, I always liked the. What's my favorite one? I like. We gotta wrap it up. Oh, we gotta wrap it up.
Okay.
Well, who yeah? It's your choice of game.
Jimmy's gonna win.
Jimmy's gonna win.
I think he's right.
Absolutely.
I think he's
Jimmy,
right.
a good pinballer.
I am a good pinballer.
Jimmy shakes the machine. Jimmy
Yes,
gets a lot of tilt.
Oh, I'm not saying I beat Frank. I am saying I beat Chats.
Jimmy gets tilts. All right, Jim,
Yeah.
go take us home. Take us home. We got to wrap
Frank,
this baby up.
Frank, we want to thank you so much for being here on the podcast with us. We're having a lot of fun here at RLC. We love what you and the team at Newks are doing, and we appreciate our partners from DIRECTV bringing us all together today. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Oh,
Appreciate
man,
it.
thanks a lot. This was fantastic. Cheers, Frank.
All right. Great.
Thanks everyone. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.